Hey guys, so I'm getting ready to go to dinner at Miss Toya's, the location in Laurel actually. Didn't even know they had a location in Laurel, so we're gonna do my makeup together. First things first, we gotta start with skin prep. Without good skin prep, you're not gonna have a good foundation base. So let's get to it. Before we even get too deep, we're not even gonna talk about my hair, okay? I know it needs to be done. Don't come for me, don't. First things first, we've got our hydrating milky toner. So before I get started with my makeup, I typically like to focus on hydration and only hydration. And the reason being is just because when you focus on hydration, all your products, as far as your foundation, your base, your primer, concealer, literally everything is going to go on a lot smoother if your skin is hydrated and moisturized properly. If your skin is dry and patchy, then nothing is going to go on well and it's going to end up sticking to those patchy parts. Second, we have our hydrating serum. Again, just layering hydration is the key. Can't forget the eyes, so I'm using my COSRX eye cream. Top and bottom, top and bottom. Even if you're not doing eyeshadow, again, you just want hydrated skin. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a pretty rich moisturizer. It's up to you what kind of moisturizer you want to go in with. Use your typical one, but I am gonna use my nighttime moisturizer because again, I like really hydrated skin. So this is the Paula's Choice Barrier Repair Moisturizer. You wouldn't be able to tell because I use it that much. Pump of that is good because again, it is very rich. All right, so now our skin prep is all done. Let's start getting into makeup. Okay, so gotta have a good primer. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, one of my favorite primers. I honestly switch back and forth between this primer and the Milk Primer. Whatever one you prefer, use it. But to me, either one is just as good. I'm not gonna lie to you. And you want to just blend that in until it gets nice and tacky. Once it gets tacky, I like to start pressing it into the skin all around underneath the eyes. This is going to help that foundation and concealer and whatever product you put right on top to really stick to the skin and help it so that it doesn't move. Also, when you put it underneath the eyes, get into those creases, get in my laugh lines, and that way it reduces the appearance of makeup getting cakey and sitting and in those like areas underneath your eyes and anywhere you have lines. Okay, so I don't see a lot of people do this, but this is kind of my trick. I'm gonna also take my setting spray. This, again, I use this all the time and I take this with me everywhere so you can't really see what it says, but this is the Makeup Revolution, their Sport Fix Spray. So I like to use this on top of my primer because it just gives my base that extra like setting power, if you will, so that I know for sure, one, I'll have a smooth base to go over, and two, my makeup will stay put. So just gonna spritz. And then I'm gonna fan. As you can see, it's a nice layer. My skin looks really nice and dewy, and that's what you really want from it. All right, so gonna let the rest of that air dry on its own. Now let's move on to our complexion products. So I haven't done foundation in a long time, guys, but I think I'm gonna do a little bit of something today. Let's see, I don't even know what foundation. Oh, okay. Okay, so I was working out of my little makeup bag, but had to bring out the big guns because I haven't used foundation in so long. I don't even know what foundation I would use. All right, let's see. I think I have a Danessa Myricks foundation that was too light for me at one point in time that would work really well right now. Yep. Found it. Let's give this a shot. I'm going to use it for the first time in a long time on camera, so let's see if this works. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint in the shade 10. We're just going to see how this works. Dun, 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 dun. Guys, I don't even remember the last time I used foundation. Oh my God. Okay, I don't like to put it directly on my face just because dirt, germs, all that kind of stuff. I am an acne prone girly, so I try to avoid doing stuff like that. I've got my foundation on the back of my hand. I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush. This is number 259, and we're just gonna buff it all over the face. tapping it into the back of my hand, getting basically all that product off of my hand really, and then going in on my face. Ooh, child, it's light. It's light. Uh-oh. Okay, don't worry, we'll fix it. I'll do this almost like a primer base too then. That is perfectly fine. I can fix it. All right, gonna take it all across the face. The only reason why I'm continuing to take it all along the face is because we want to have an even complexion. So I know it's a little bit light, it's a little bit ashy, but I can fix it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Popping it all around the eyes. It's really not too bad, to be honest. Very light coverage from this because again, it's a skin tint. It is a little bit too light, you can kind of tell, but it's not too bad, to be honest. And when I go in with the rest of my products, I think it's gonna look really good. So we're gonna keep going. Also taking it around my nostrils because I kind of get red in here. So as you can see, we still have some hyperpigmentation showing here and a little bit along my jawline. So what I'm gonna do is take my concealer and spot conceal those areas. So for concealer, I'm gonna use another Black Woman's line. Shout out to Black women. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Concealer. This is in the shade MD23. I love this concealer. This is my everyday concealer. If you see me any day and I have some type of concealer on or makeup on, it's this. Every single day. Every single day. I don't play about it. It's so good. All right, so we're gonna go over those spots. Take it along the chin spot here, and we're gonna take it along those two spots here. Taking the same brush. We're using this brush so that we can get the most coverage possible. The denser the brush, the more coverage. Taking it underneath, and you can still see just a little bit of that, but it's nothing crazy like how it just was. And you see I'm buffing, I'm stippling, I'm tapping my face. I'm not swiping because I want to build coverage. When you want to build coverage, you push into the skin, you don't swipe. If you swipe, you're going to remove the coverage that you're trying to build. You're going to remove that makeup off. And then you can also see that I'd like to buff around the areas. I even just buff around my entire face. That's so that we can have the best possible blend. We don't want it to look one color in one spot and one color in a different spot, so we blend it all over. I'm gonna go back over these spots here just because they're just tricky. This will probably be my last time because I don't want it to start looking cakey. Same brush, same technique. Buffing, taking the buff out and around the spot so that we have a color match all around. Doing the same underneath. You see, I'm literally taking it across my entire jawline. I'll take it underneath. I'll take it on my chin. I'll take it around my nose because I want everything to match. I'm gonna go around my forehead. Blend, blend, blend is honestly the key. If you don't know what you're doing, blend it out. See, I'm stippling all over my face because that's how we get that coverage. So we got really good coverage on those spots. Look at that. I might take it over this side again, just one more time. Just a little bit. Again, same technique. Stippling, pushing. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Look at that. I am not somebody that does concealer underneath my eyes. I know, shocker. I just don't like it. It just doesn't look, I just don't like it. I haven't done it probably since I worked at Ulta, which was over like 8 years ago. I haven't done it in so long, and I probably won't do it anymore, to be honest. So I'm gonna go in with my powder and set everything. I like to use the Sephora Micro Smooth powder. This is in the shade 35 Bronze Medium Yellow. They changed the shades since the last time I used it. I used to be in the shade Tan. I'm gonna go ahead and take my e.l.f. This is their powder brush. This is my tried and true. I've been using this makeup brush since I first started doing my own makeup. Not the same one, obviously. I bought multiples over the years, but I do not defer from this brush. This is such a good brush. I use this as a foundation brush. I use this as a powder brush. It's really nice. The bristles are nice and compact. I will say that this Real Techniques brush is a little bit denser. You can get good coverage with either one. Love, love, love this one. So I'm gonna pop it in my powder, tap off some of that excess, and I'm literally just gonna go over my entire face. My entire face in sections, because I really want it to set. Make sure you go over those places where we just put that concealer to really set everything and make sure it does not move. You can go over everything with the translucent powder as well. However, I am not. Only reason why I really would go over with the translucent powder is if I really want to, like if I'm really doing a foundation, like I'm doing a beat, then I'll go over with the translucent, but I'm not doing all that. So I will take my powder underneath my eyes because I did take some foundation there, and I will put some around my eyes, but that's literally just it. Our base is done. We've got our concealer, we've got our spot concealer, we've got our skin tint on. So let's go on with my favorite part, bronzer. This is the Fenty Beauty bronzer in Gal. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This is their Sunstalker. That's what it looks like. Oh, let me do it this way. That's what it looks like. And take another Real Techniques brush. I really don't know what brush this is. I think this is their blush brush, but I'm just gonna swirl it in, tap off that excess, and I'm gonna go in on my cheeks. So I don't carve out with this. I'm literally just bronzing my face to bring some color back to my skin, 1, and 2, because that Danessa Myricks skin tint was so much lighter, I kind of want to just bring some color back into my face from using that lighter, more neutral shade. Honestly, I want to bring a little bit more warmth into my skin. So I'm taking it like almost like in the place where I would put blush, right? It's really not precise. It's not exact because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give myself some color and really warm up the skin. You can kind of see it already happening. I've very much so perfected my no makeup look, guys. I haven't done a beat face in forever. But if that's something that you'd like to see, let me know. I'm sure that would be super fun to do because I haven't done it in such a long time. But that's what we're kind of going for. As you can see, I have a little bit more warmth to my face, a little bit more color to my face. We're done with bronzing. So what I'm going to do is take my e.l.f. powder brush. There's residual product on here from what I used earlier, but I'm not adding any product, and I'm just gonna go over everywhere I just bronzed and buff it out. Blend it out. Like I said, that's the key. Going literally right over it, going over the edges, blending it out so that there's no harsh lines. And we're done. I'm gonna do some blush. My all-time favorite blush is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt and Ginger Binge in Moscow Mule. Beautiful pinky color. I always get compliments on this, and it just kind of brings the skin alive and just makes you look so much more perky and awake. This is what it looks like. Again, just tapping my stippling brush in. I think this is the Real Techniques bronzing brush. I honestly don't remember because they don't have the numbers on them anymore. I've had these for a decent amount of time. So, but I like this stippling brush for blush because it diffuses the color but still gives a good color payoff. Now we're gonna tap it off, and I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna lightly suck in my cheeks. I don't smile. I just suck in my cheeks a little bit. And I pop it on and pull it up into where I put that bronzer. Same on the other side. Tapping it, tapping the excess off. You see the difference between this side of my face and this side of my face? Tapping it in a circle around where my apples on my cheeks would be and pulling it up. And I like to do it this way because it elongates my face. My face can be kind of square and boxy, kind of suck in my cheeks so that I can see where my cheekbones will be. Pull it up and back. A little bit on the nose, just to bring a healthy glow. And then I'm going back and forth between both cheeks to blend. That's it for blush. Now, like I've been saying, blend, blend, blend. I'm taking my e.l.f. powder brush, going right over that. And it's not gonna take it all off. It's just gonna diffuse it a little bit so that there's no harsh lines and so that it blends in with the rest of the products that I put on, especially that bronzer since it's sitting right. Ooh, fantastic, I just dropped it and broke this. Anyways, like I was saying, you wanna make sure that the bronzer, because I put that bronzer right there in the same place as the blush, you don't want it to look muddy. So you really wanna make sure you go back in and blend it out with your powder brush to diffuse everything together and make sure it looks really uniform. Okay, so we are coming together. You can see I've got that rosy glow. Only thing I'm missing now is brows and mascara. So let's do that. I don't do my brows. The only thing I do is brush them down, and that's literally it. I do not use any type of pencil. So I use the NYX, the brow glue, and I mix it with the e.l.f. brow lift. So what I do, so I take this out. I'm actually really running out of that. Open up my e.l.f. brow lift. Take that, dip that in. And I love these two products together because it almost gives me the same effect as if I laminated my brows, but it doesn't stay like that. I go straight in and I'm just following the natural shape of my brows. You guys, I block this dog out. My neighbor's dog, so I did not even pay attention to the fact that you could probably hear him the entire time. If you can, I really do apologize, but I block him out. I forgot he was even barking until just now. I'm not even lying. Going back in, doing the other side. So the front part of my brow, I'll get closer so you guys can see. The front part of my brow, I brush up. And as I start getting to more of the middle of my brow, I start brushing over towards the tail end so that everything looks kind of uniform. Because I don't want them sticking straight up, but I don't want them fully to the side either. I just want them to kind of all lay together. See what I mean? That's one brow. That's the other side. We are not done just yet with that. We have to go in. I take my ring finger and I press my brows down to keep them in place. Pressing them down in the same direction as I brush them in. So you see what I mean? It kind of gives that lamination effect without committing to full lamination. Look at that. Now we've got to do some mascara. I love to use my tried and true. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. I've tried plenty of mascaras. I used to work at Ulta, and so it was literally my job to try out tons of mascaras and tons of different makeup, and I still always go back to this one. Really, when you're doing mascara, it's all about the brush. It's not about the formula. The formulas are all the same, guys. The mascara formulas don't change. The brush, the wand, is really what changes. And I love this wand because it has those little teeny tiny spikes on it that can get right deep into the lash line and separate and pull them apart so you can get some really good length. So this is my before. I have decent lashes already, but I'm gonna go in. I like to get really close to my mirror and start from the root and wiggle out. Root and wiggle out. And I get as close to that inner corner as I can get, honey. I take the tip of the brush, get those outer corners. And you don't have to do a lot of going back in and out with the wand. Just do one good round. And if you really want to, you can go back in a second time. But I don't like going over really hard lashes and making them hard and stiff like that. So I try to only do one good time and really coat them well. So I've got my mascara on pretty much every lash. Now I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to try to get it all the way to the tips of the lashes. I'm just tapping it on, really. Separating them so they're all in place. And tapping. Getting the ends on the inner corners. Taking my brush this way. And going right into that very inner. Okay. Boom. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? Is there mascara on my eyelid? There's no mascara on my eyelid, guys. This is just what my lashes look like. That's crazy. But do you see what I mean? You see the difference between this eye and this eye? Hello. Hello. Like, it's literally creating a shadow on my eyelid. So I mean, you just gotta really get in there with your mascara. Get nice and close. And really get in there. Oof. Almost got myself in the eye now. And starting from the base and wiggling out. Look at that already. Already. Come on. Come on. If there's one thing L'Oreal has not changed, it's this formula, and with good reason, baby. Because if it ain't broke, same thing. Taking it in, getting all the way in that inner corner. Separating them. Like I said, getting the ends of the lashes. Don't forget that. It's really important. The more you're able to get the very end of your lash, the more visible your lash is going to be. Baby, look at that. 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 And these are my lashes. My lashes. Let me take my hair down so you guys can kind of see the finished look here. This is the finished look. You see, we have a really beautiful glow. Hyperpigmentation is covered up really nicely. Just really beautiful skin-like makeup without doing too much. And my timer says 22 minutes. And the only reason why it took 22 minutes is because I'm talking through it with you guys. If I would have done it on my own, it would have taken all of like 10 minutes. Last finishing touch is we're going to go back in with our Sport Fix Spray by Makeup Revolution just to make sure everything is nice and set. And this will also make the glow go crazy. Air dry a little bit. Look at that. Look at that glow in those cheeks. That's what we love. Healthy looking skin. That's what we want our makeup to look like. Y'all, I almost forgot a lip. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I'm just going to do a gloss. I'm going to do a red gloss. This gloss from NYX. This is their lip oil. I love this. So before I even do that, I'm going to go with my chapstick. This is from Skin Scripts. This is their Ageless Lip Treatment with Peppermint. I love to do a lip treatment before I put on any type of lipstick or lip gloss or anything. One, to make sure that it attaches really well to my lips and it wears really well. And two, just to make sure my lips are nice and hydrated before I go on with anything else. Again, nobody wants to put lip liner over dry, chapped lips. That is not cute. Not now or in the next lifetime. So we're taking this lip oil. I don't know the color because, again, this is something that I use every single day. So it has rubbed off completely. But it's the only red one. The only other red one they have is like a deep burgundy. This is a red, honey. Going with this. And I love the texture of these lip oils. They're so nice and silky. There we go. Let me show y'all with the hat on so you can see what's really going on. Hold on. Okay, here we go. You see the vision? You see the vision? I told you I had to just cover up my hair and then it would look a lot better. How cute is this with the natural makeup, the really pretty glow, little pop of slight red with the lip and the hat. This hat is from Urban Outfitters, by the way. How cute is this? I love it. Okay, guys, so that is the finished look. Thank you so much for riding out with me and doing this little get ready with me for date night. Until next time, see ya.